Gate takes the congestion of markets to Onitsha. 2023 census, NPC denies its server was hacked. Spain takes steps to stop glorification of its fascist past. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koibo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Details of the news. I am Priska Wanko. A fully furnished one-story building that will house a world-class accounting research center has been completed and commissioned for use at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, COOU, by the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN. The research center, whose foundation stone was laid on 14th July 2022, contains 150-seater capacity hall, 240-seater capacity seminar rooms, 7 different offices, conveniences, among others. Commissioning the center sited beside the administration complex of the university, the president and chairman of Council of ANAN, Professor Benjamin Osisiama, announced that following the decentralization of ANAN examination centers, the research center will henceforth become one of the examination centers. Chibuzo Obidike has the details.
We cut the tape to commission and declare this edifice open.
Commissioning the center sited beside the administration complex of the university, the president and chairman of the Council of ANAN, Professor Benjamin Osisiama, announced that following the decentralization of ANAN examination centers, the research center will henceforth become one of the examination centers. Professor Osisiama, who also announced a 1 million naira yearly maintenance token for the center, enjoins students to put passion into whatever they are doing and aim to be the best, while applauding the vice chancellor of the university, Professor Greg Nwakobi, for his leadership quality. Professor Osisiama, who described ANAN as a brand, noted that they pushed the project with every vigor and vitality, praying that the institution would take full advantage of the research center.
ANAN is a brand. It has taken me to practically every continent in the world. I feel particularly happy. So we have pushed this project with every vigor and every vitality. And our prayer is that this institution will take full advantage of it.
Speaking, Professor Nwakobi defined the research center as a demonstration and practical manifestation of ANAN's love and commitment to the institution. He stated that ANAN is the first professional association in Nigeria to build a permanent center in the university outside of private professionals, and challenged other professional bodies whose programs are offered in the institution, especially the Nigerian Bar Association, to emulate ANAN. Professor Nwakobi, while assuring to keep in terms with the content of the memorandum of understanding they signed, said that what ANAN has done is a huge contribution to the growth and development of generations yet unborn.
I've been able to complete this within this short period, and we commend them. I'm here to vouch on behalf of the university that we're certainly going to keep to the terms of whatever that is in that MOU and ensure that our relationship with ANAN remains a smooth one.
For the incoming president of ANAN, who will take over from Professor Osisiama in a few days, Dr. James Nebinebo said his administration will always be committed to the maintenance of the center to actualize its full benefits.
VC, I assure you that from time to time, we will be looking into how this edifice will be functional and be of benefit to the students and to mankind.
Expressing her heartfelt gratitude, the head of Department of Accountancy of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Dr. Mrs. Nkechi Offor, affirmed that the center has no doubt added more value to the university in general and the accountancy department in particular. For ANAN, principal officers of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, accounting stakeholders, the Dean of Faculty of Management Sciences in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Pius Okoye, students, management, and staff of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. Cutting of tape, the unveiling of the plague, and the tour of the research center climaxed the commissioning.
The newly matriculated students of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, the Mariam and Oka campuses, respectively, have been enjoined to avoid distractions and may lead them away from the goal of their university education. The Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Greg Nwakobi, made the plea during the 24th matriculation ceremony held in all faculties of the university campuses. Emmanuel Chibata completes the report.
The Anambra Broadcasting Service, who captured the matriculation of the Faculty of Physical Sciences at the University Auditorium in Uli campus, saw the students dressed in varying colors of matriculation gowns, looking splendid as they sworn the oath of matriculation administered by the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Kingsley Nwozo. Amidst the event witnessed by parents, friends, and well-wishers, Professor Nwozo formally admitted them to the membership of the university after the heads of departments presented the students to him, while he implored them to live up to the expectation of the university as pledged in their matriculation vow. Immediately after the admission, sounds of claps rendered the atmosphere across all corners of the auditorium, with the students visibly excited and congratulating each other. In the Vice-Chancellor's address to the matriculated students through the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Nwozo reminded them that their purpose in the university is to learn and graduate in the record time, hence to achieve the purpose through working hard and passing with good grades. Congratulating the students, the Vice-Chancellor warned them against indulging in cultism, examination malpractice, violent demonstration, as well as to avoid bad friends or companies, noting that it will ruin their career in the university and future.
And enjoin you to live up to the expectations of the university as pledged in your matriculation vow. Congratulations.
In a remark, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic Professor Osita Shayanam urged the students to be of good behavior, both in character and learning, shun indiscipline, as well as read and digest the students' handbook to get acquainted with the do's and don'ts of the university.
Know that we are not only training you in academics, we also monitor your character, because at the end of the day, the certificate we are going to give to you will be in learning and character.
Some of the new matriculants, Mr. Ikechukwu Michael of Computer Science Department, Ms. Sylvia Mbaka of Industrial Physics Department, and Mr. Somto Okeke of Geology Department, said they were very excited and pledged to study hard.
To do my best in my education, obviously, and to graduate the fine results and have a smooth year of study.
Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
Ibuku community in Agwata local government area, the extended Ezife family, other relatives, friends and well-wishers have celebrated a centenary birthday anniversary of Ide's Justice Nka Chukwudebelo Chinwike Ezife JP. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha gathered that the Justice, born in 1923, is the first person from the community and the second in the old Agwata local government to obtain a BA degree from the University of London, among other feats achieved. His reports.
The celebration, which commenced with church service at Holy Trinity Anglican Church Ibuku, was attended by the traditional ruler of Ogidi community, Igwe pharmacist Alex Onyido, his Ugbo community, Dunukofe local government area counterpart, Igwe Dr. Robert Eze, members of DMGS Old Boys Association, Okada Assistant Council of Knights, Idu Royal Cabinet, among other dignitaries. In his sermon at the church, the Anglican Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, the Right Reverend Ndubisi Obi, who recalled the humble beginning, academic pursuit and teaching career at DMGS, as well as positive contributions of the celebrants to the growth of the church and development of the community, said celebrating 100 years is a clear manifestation of God's blessings and favor. He thanked the church and the Ibuku community for investing in the life of the celebrant when mostly needed, and the celebrant for repairing the kind gestures, reminding all that life without societal impact is not worth living, and that Christianity is not practiced inside the church only, but in the larger society. In their separate remarks, Igwe Onyido of Ogidi, Professor Ezechikwado Moore, on behalf of Idu Royal Cabinet Ibuku, and the member-elect for Agwata Federal Constituency, Engineer Dom Okafo, thanked God for sound mental health given to the celebrant, whom they emphasized did much for God and humanity. President General of DMGS Old Boys Association, Dr. Eric Anazodo, another member, Professor Anthony Abata, and the chairman of the centenary birthday celebration, Professor Uchenna Nwosu, described the celebrant as a man of so many firsts, one of the finest products of DMGS, great teacher and mentor, whose achievements in the 100 years are being celebrated, and prayed he enjoys more years in good health.
So he is a trailblazer, and God has blessed him abundantly. He has lived true to our core values of integrity, honesty, hard work, excellence. And like I said, we are very, very proud of him.
At a reception in his honor at Ihuka Aba, Ezihu village Ibuhu, the centenarian Sir Julius, who earlier during church service read prayer of dedication, thanked all who gathered to celebrate with him, urging all to continue to have faith in God, live righteous life, and help those in need.
So I can when to
From Ibuhu in Agwata local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Ocha Brigade takes the congestion of markets, fight against illegal trading, revenue to collection to Onitsha markets in line with the directive of Anambra State government. The Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade has sustained efforts towards the congestion of markets and the illegal trading activities and revenue collections, as well as the silting of drainage systems in different parts of the state. Correspondent Chibuzo Bidike completes the story.
Continuation of the enforcement, the Special Task Force team visited some major markets in Onitsha, including Ochanja, Ose, and Marine markets to remove shanties constructed on drainages and traders conducting their daily transactions on the roads, thereby obstructing the free flow of movement around the markets. At the various markets visited, the head of operations of Ocha Brigade, Mr. Chukwu Moye, said that the drive is part of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's vision aimed at making the state healthy and livable and enjoying the citizenry to key into the politics and programs of the present administration. Speaking at Onitsha, a zonal manager of the agency, Mr. Daniel Martins, commended the command for its routine exercise, calling for its sustenance.
Exercise is a very, very prompt exercise and it's very, very okay. I thank God that we are beginning to reignite the powers and actions of Ocha Brigade. It's a very welcome development.
The traditional ruler of Norfolk community in Njikoka local government area, Igwe Daniel Obele, his wife Lady Florence and family members, accompanied by Norfolk Royal Cabinet and the good people of the town, their friends and well-wishers, yesterday danced to the altar to give thanks to God for a successful and fruitful 1 year on the throne. St. Marcus and All Angels Anglican Church, Norfolk venue of the Thanksgiving, played host to people from all walks of life, including traditional rulers, among others, as they gathered to celebrate the Norfolk monarch. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibota reports.
While speaking at the celebration, Igwe Obele, flanked by wife Florence, expressed excitement on his 1 year on the throne and narrated his journey as the traditional ruler of the community. He emphasized that he was duly elected and supported by the community to become the traditional ruler of the town and assured that his reign has brought relative peace never witnessed in the history of the community. Igwe Obele called on the community to keep supporting him to ensure lasting progress, while he promised to ensure his tenure brings development to the area. Felicitating with the monarch, the traditional ruler of Umuawolo, Igwe Joel Egwuonwu, and his Akiliogidi counterpart, Igwe Ikechukwu Nwafele, congratulated him and called for oneness, love, and peace in the community. The President General of Norfolk Progressive Union, Mr. Daniel Okoye Okongu, disclosed that the celebration was unique and remarkable to them as a community and called for collectivity and support from community members to the monarch for optimal progress and development.
For the first time, sitting around, staying with Igwe, celebrating with the Igwe. So it's something that we need to be thankful to God for, and we give God all the glory.
Earlier in a sermon during the Thanksgiving service, the vicar, St. Michael's and All Angels Church Norfolk, Venerable Ifeanyi Ume, who prayed for the monarch, urged him to be a model and good shepherd to his subject while calling on community members to rally round and support him. The event was capped with a royal reception at the King's Palace, where all the traditional rulers that graced the occasion prayed for the Igwe and people of Norfolk. Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
The National Population Commission, NPC, has dismissed a report from one of its staff, Sanusi Magida, that the commission server was hacked ahead of the 2023 population census. Mr. Magider alleged that the commission server was hacked, citing this developments as a reason for the postponement of the local government area LGA level training of the supervisors and enumerators for the 2023 population and housing census. However, NPC spokesperson Isiaka Yahaya dismissed Magider's report as false in a statement on Monday, stating that the server is intact and ready to be deployed for the upcoming 2023 population and housing census exercise. Yahaya described Magider as an uninformed staff who had limited knowledge about the NPC server or its workability. He stated that Magider acted without directive or authorization from the Commission's headquarters in Abuja and is currently facing disciplinary action for the misinformation. Yahaya, however, assured the public that the security of the data for the 2023 population and housing census is guaranteed, noting that the Commission is committed to upholding the highest standards of data protection and maintaining the trust placed in us by the Nigerian population. The remains of Jose Antonio Primero de Rivera, the founder of the Phalange Party, are being removed from a grand basilica to be buried in a low-key family grave as part of Spain's effort to stop the glorification of its fascist past. Under Spain's so-called democratic memory laws, no figure linked to the 1936 military coup, which triggered the civil war, should be buried in a prominent public place, so acts of homage or exaltation are avoided. The exhumation comes 6 months after Spain passed a law aimed at tackling the legacy of the 1936-39 civil war and decades of dictatorship that followed. The party, Primo de Rivera, founded in 1933, became one of the pillars of Francisco Franco's brutal regime, along with the military and Spain's Roman Catholic Church. Primo de Rivera was executed in November 1936 at the start of the war for conspiring against the elected Republican government. According to reports, the remains will be transferred to San Isidro Cemetery in Madrid. Primo de Rivera's descendants chose April 24 because it falls exactly 120 years since his birth. Winner of the upcoming 2023 Dozie Mabuse Super Cup football tournament is expected to part with a whopping sum of 1 billion naira as star prize. The tournament, organized by Dozie Mabuse Foundation in partnership with the Nigerian Professional Football League, is under the auspices of the Nigerian Premier Football League Limited. The Dozie Mabuse Super Cup football tournament is an excellent platform to promote the growth and development of football in Nigeria. According to reports, the number of participating teams has been expanded to 12 and all selected from the NPFL, Nigeria's top-tier league. The report added that the first runner-up team will smile home with 200 million naira, while the sum of 20 million naira will go to each of the 12 teams for their participation. The decision to expand the tournament to include 12 top teams from the previous season was made in response to overwhelming demand from fans and stakeholders for more high-level football action. The sponsor, Dozie Mabuse, explained. The remains of late Professor Peter Nwilo, who died at the age of 69, has been interred at his country home, Amalo Adazinuku, in Anocha local government area of Anambra State. The funeral ceremony, which commenced with a holy mass at St. Joseph's Catholic Church, Adazinuku, attracted family members, relatives, friends, and well-wishers who traveled from far and wide to pay their last respect to the veteran. Details of this report from here.
In a homily, an indigenous priest, Reverend Father John Paul Chukwulobelu, said that the deceased, who was a committed member of the Catholic Church, lived a good life and served God and humanity, and urged his children to emulate his good legacy. Father Chukwulobelu, while praying for the repose of his soul, commended the family for taking good care of him, even at his exit moment, and affirmed that the late professor was a good man while on earth, and charged the congregation to live a true Christian life, establish good legacies, and love God and their fellow human beings at all times. Speaking immediately after the interment, a former chairman of Anocha local government area, Honorable Ikobi Ejiofor, said that prior to his death, that the deceased was committed to the service of God and contributed immensely in the success of his political career and others who seek his counsel and support. The first son of the deceased, Mr. Onyeka Nwilo, described his late father as a loving and kind man who sacrificed greatly for their welfare, lamenting that his demise has left a huge vacuum in their hearts, and appreciated those who identified with them in their time of grief. While his last son, Mr. Chukwuka Nwilo, said that his late father was a good man and an icon who, while alive, played the role of a mentor.
He cared about everyone, including his family. He gave my brother and I the best quality education.
In their condolence messages, a former Surveyor General of the Federation, Mr. Austin Njepuome, the chairman, Anambra State Institute of Surveyors and Ghanaian Eastern Surveyors, Mr. Gabriel Okeke, and a former General Manager, National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, Lokoja, Sir Dennis Osanwata, amongst others, urged the Nwilo family to take solace in the fact that their father lived a good life and was a nice man. A senior lecturer in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in University of Lagos, Dr. Nehemiah Alozie, disclosed that the deceased, who was a former colleague, lived a life worthy of emulation and was very dedicated to his duties.
For each and every one of us here, Prof is perhaps a father, a mentor, a teacher, and a lot of things to us.
Other family members who bore testimonies of the good legacies of the late Professor Nwilo were his cousin, Lady Christy Onwuzulike, and a sister-in-law, Mrs. Nneka Okeke.
Prof is a nice person, very intelligent. The wisdom in him is too much, and he used that wisdom to upgrade himself where he was now.
Prayers for the Nwilo family and condolences by in-laws, relations, associates, friends and well-wishers climaxed the burial ceremony.
Remember, you can follow news and program on ABS on many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television or follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website, it's www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Ibuku has celebrated as Community Sports Graduates Ezife turns 100 years. Ocha Brigade has taken the congestion of markets to Onitsha. 2023 census, NPC has denied its server was hacked. Spain has taken steps to stop glorification of its fascist past. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the news at 7 right here on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Wanko. Good morning.